the theme that we've kind of ran with is based on kind of the Arabic word for love, which is hub.
Brilliant. You know, in terms of networking, you said that you're going to have to be forced out of your shell and start taking on these other aspects of the creative agency. What's happening at Convey right now? I've heard about other projects that are happening beyond your clientele. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Sure. The move to Brixton was a kind of a fundamental decision for us. We wanted to kind of be in the mix of exciting stuff. As I said earlier, working from a bedroom's fine. Doesn't necessarily stop creativity, but just being in the mix of a very kind of like diverse, eclectic, vibrant area really helps. From the back of that, we've kind of looked at how can we get involved a little bit in the scene, this is our home. We've socialized, we lunch, we play whatever in the area as well, but how can we get professionally involved as well? So we got invited to a presentation around the Brixton Design Trail, which forms part of the wider London Design Festival. So Brixton's one of the design districts.
Okay.
So we got invited to that, and it was really a kind of a cool little setup. And again, they kind of pitched the theme for the year for Brixton's Design Trail, which was Love is Power. So they pitched that theme, and essentially what they were asking for is people to come forward with proposals and ideas to form part of the trail. So the trail is this kind of thing that happens that you essentially just visit different parts
all around London.
London Design Festival, yes, is London wide. Brixton is a district of one of those. Does that make sense?
So there's a trail within Brixton.
So there's a trail within Brixton.
Yeah.
But then, like, you could probably spend the best half a day or more, because there's lots of different things happening.
Wow, incredible.
So we went to some of them, previous years and whatever. Really, really nice. Like it's a lovely kind of. We did it in a lunch break, extended lunch break, and you could have definitely stayed longer in some of the places. It could have been a half a day thing. So it forms part of this wider thing. There's lots of other districts in and around London. There's lots of stuff at the V&A. So really, really cool stuff. We visit annually, have been for a very long time, and so when this opportunity came up, it was like, okay, let's look at it, and it was kind of the idea of just sort of playing into the scene a little bit more, into the kind of the local Brixton scene and the wider design kind of scene as well. So we kind of went away and kind of let it sort of brew along. It's like, okay, do we have the time to put a proposal together that's of any real merit or worth? It can't be a little 5-minute sketch on a napkin after kind of an after work meeting. So we gave it some thought, and then what happened was, and this is kind of the nature of a lot of our stuff over the years, is that we I think I mentioned that, like, we don't see our clients as clients, we see them as collaborators. We collaborate with them, so collaboration is really important for us in the creative process. So within that spirit, we looked at the project and kind of, because of the theme and because of our positioning, we didn't want it to be a kind of a Convey project. We felt like it could be more than that and get other minds and on board. So we looked at the project, and it kind of made sense that we kind of almost form a separate design collective to actually address this project. It would just give us, again, just more resource and capacity to do it as well. But actually more than that as well, because the theme that we've kind of ran with is based on kind of the Arabic word for love, which is hub, and again with their theme of being love is power. So we had this theme and we had this concept, and we thought, okay, what do we do with it? You know, we thought it was powerful, especially from a kind of a community perspective. We've chosen the Arabic kind of aspect to it because of our like Muslim faith background. So a concept like the hub, this kind of public art installation, is firmly at home in a place like Brixton. So in London in general, but specifically I think in Brixton, purely for its kind of diverse and kind of vibrant scene. All faiths, no faiths, other backgrounds as well. So I think the idea with it is that it's a place that people can have, you know, conversations. They can gather and they can just get to know one another. I think it's in that spirit. We've had a great response from Brixton Design Trail themselves, from London Design Festival, and also from other kind of tenants in this place that we've kind of spoken to, and family and friends as well. So there's a real positive vibe, and we're looking forward to it. So right now we're kind of thick into the fabrication of the piece. So we're doing lots of behind the scenes work. So the festival kind of runs from the 16th to the 24th of September. So we're kind of, as I said, we're kind of doing a lot of the prep work for that now, and it would be really kind of great to have you come down for that and maybe do kind of a piece around that.
Definitely.
And meet the other creatives involved as well.
Of course.
As I mentioned, the kind of the design collective is made up of kind of different people from different backgrounds and different kind of fields, but it's that, again, it's kind of reflective of the hub concept that we've come together to create something bigger than ourselves. And I think that's really cool. So it'll be great for you to come down and see people interact with it. I'm looking forward to seeing that, and also being able to capture that. I think would be really awesome.
Will people experience that? You mentioned that the hub itself is rooted in Islamic values potentially. And I can see that you're building this bridge between communities in the current spot, like as you mentioned, the current narrative that's out there on Islam. So it's beautiful that you're sharing this aspect of it and bringing a story that comes truly from ourselves. Just on that note, if you could just mention, like, what could people experience from seeing the installation itself? Would they know those values that the piece is rooted in? Sure.
Yeah. So I think the values that the piece is rooted is on the wider theme of the trail. Which is love. And it's actually it's inspired by a saying of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, where, you know, paraphrasing here, but like love for humanity, what you love for yourself. So it's a statement of action and intent, is a universal message, and I think it's about kind of passing that and just being a part of it. Really, it's on an individual basis, it's on a community basis. So this kind of narrative, you know, just like we flipped the minaret, upside down, we also want to flip any negativity and flip it to highlight the positive aspects. Yes, no doubt, there are issues and challenges that we face as citizens and residents and all sorts, but I think those get addressed, and that's fine. But I think that sometimes the focus is too much on stuff like that. I'd rather focus on stuff that inspires and stuff that is healthy and good. You know, all the positive vibes that working in London has, with all its kind of different kind of dimensions and layers. So I'd much rather focus on that. You know, we have far more things in common and similarities than we do in differences. So
this is very kind of unorthodox in terms of what you really see out in the design sphere, especially in the kind of mainstream design sphere. But talk to me about the kind of response that you got from the heads or management within the design festival.
I think we've got, like, the guys are just like awesome. Like their response has been amazing, and their support has been great. I think when we were proposing when we were kind of looking at some ideas for this, we when we landed here, we were like, okay, it's, I wonder how it's going to kind of go down. We wasn't sure, but when we got shortlisted and got invited to meet the committee, they actually wanted to hear us talk about it, and that is what stood out for them. It was the fact that we did approach it this way, because the easier thing to do, I guess, in this instance would be like, let's just be very designy with it, just be very creative and do something nice. Piece of art. Yeah. I mean, that's being very blasé about it. But actually saying, no, let's address an issue, and let's address it. Let's address it from a very personal space, and let's see whether that adds value. And I think like, credit to the committee who just really saw that and just bought into it and have really encouraged. And as I said earlier, I think it's a great reflection of what's happening in Brixton in general, that there is that sense of kind of a support mechanism that allows for communities to flourish. We were pleasantly, if I may say, surprised when they gave us kind of the thumbs up. Like we were confident in the idea. We all kind of we liked the idea. We tested the idea. We passed it to other colleagues and friends. Just to ensure that we did have something that was of merit. It's just a great response, and again we're kind of very grateful for them to support us in this, and it's a massive reflection. I keep using the word reflection because that's what the piece is about. But it's a massive reflection on the guys who are behind it all. And we're just honoured to be able to kind of do something like this. So. Yeah, looking really forward to
exciting, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it sounds very inspiring for me, because I'm all about building bridges, sharing that love, or sharing the hub.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see this. Just one more thing I want to touch on this specific topic is, how does you participating in this external project that has maybe not much affiliation with your agency? What's your why is your team driven to actually go out there and produce this thing? Is it just to share values? Is it passion? Is it to keep your creativity fresh? Is there any foundational?
I think it's all those things that you mentioned. Okay. I think it. There's lots of different competitions happening and this, that, and the other, and we've generally never kind of really sort of gone down those routes. We see the value in them. We've just, I guess, never had the time, or it's never been a priority. But it's definitely a mix of the things that we've highlighted. So it's definitely being able to express yourself is definitely a big kind of driving factor. I mentioned earlier as well that we do the philosophy in the agency is to always go outside of its comfort zones. This is definitely outside of our comfort zone, because it's a public art installation. It's not branding. There is a branding element to it, and just collaboration as well. It's allowed us to collaborate with many different people, from like the structural engineers who are working with us on it, from the fabricators. From the committee in Brixton Design Trail as well, working with all the different kind of working groups that they have. So it's just really it's really cool and fun. Lots to do, lots to learn as well. But that's what it's about, really.
Brilliant. I'm super excited, man. I've seen the campaign stuff. I invite our guests, our audience, to come check this out. I certainly will be there as well, immerse myself in this space that you guys created. Awesome. And look forward to it. And also big thank you to coming on the show and sharing all this stuff. It's been such a pleasant experience for me. I know I've learned a lot. And thanks for having me.
No, it's been a pleasure, and thank you for the opportunity as well. This is how we learn, sharing experiences, and it's how we've done anything that we've done. We're always inspired by other people. It's just a kind of a human instinct. But I think the more platforms that are out there, the better. So keep up the good work, because I think that's just you can never have enough of it. There's so many amazing people doing amazing things just in the kind of creative design world. In fact, it'd be nice if you document the whole trail rather than just ours. Yeah,
Sure.
I think that's really
Yeah,
important
definitely.
because what you do is, like, there's lots of different sites. There'll be installations here, there'll be installations all dotted around, and like you just get you get to see kind of lots of different kind of historical elements as well, like the arches and what happened there, and Electric Avenue, and again, what's really cool as well for the trail, I think again maybe for your viewers to kind of keep a lookout for, is that part of the trail, some of the studios open up, so there's other different kind of design-based studios.
Oh, okay.
So last year, for instance, we went to two open studio setups. One was this this lovely lady who had, it's like in one of the arches, you might not be able to catch it on camera, but
Yeah.
it's one of the arches, and she's got a workshop and she does upholstery stuff, and really nice kind of like beautifully crafted upholstery, and you could go in and speak, like we went in there as a team, we were speaking to her, she was telling us about this piece and that piece and her
Incredible.
process. It was
Wow.
really nice.
Yeah.
And similarly later on there was another kind of Italian interior designers and product sort of kind of product designers, again studio open, amazing space, amazing like history, story, process. So you might be able to get lots of little gems, within that. I'm not sure what studios are opening up this year, but there's lots of things that are happening, and this kind of open studio policy is just like, this is
That sounds
super
incredible.
cool. Yeah,
Man.
really,
Sounds
it's
super
really
exciting.
Yeah,
I could get the camera.
Yeah, get the camera and just come out, and
Yeah.
and I think like they were like so welcoming as well, because like
I'm
you got this
getting
trail and you got
hungry now.
there's content galore, and and good content, and as we know, content is king, and I think I think there's just like there's so much stuff that's out there that people don't know about. And
exactly.
I think that's pretty.
Frame it
pretty,
up and package it and throw it out there. I
That's
guess.
that's it. Awesome.
So awesome! It was so good to have you on board.
Thank you, Omar.
Arberor,
Thank
and
you. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you in a
Pleasure.
near episode sometime soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.